The support for the report endorses the general fuel levy increase, which kicked in early this month. The increase was proposed by Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana when he tabled the budget in Parliament last month. Godongwana says this year's budget proposal was a learning curve.
We have had a painful journey to arrive to this date where the fiscal framework is being approved. It has been a painful journey. Definitely from the Treasury perspective, we've drawn a number of lessons. But I suspect also members of this House must draw a number of lessons as to how in practice are we going to manage the debates around the fiscal framework moving forward.
Godongwana rejected the notion that this was an austerity budget, saying what the budget is trying to achieve is by how much it can be increased. Political parties that took part in the debate weighed in.
With this budget, government will make more efforts to improve people's lives and livelihoods because the ANC-led GNU, people come first.
Parliament Finance Committee and research think tanks advise that hiking fuel levy is the most regressive taxation system, far worse than VAT. It will increase food costs and compromise the country's food security efforts. They put participatory democracy under the bus. They refuse to listen.
If there are those that still question our cooperation with the ANC, if there are individuals that still ask what we've attained in this government, what we dare dream to achieve in years ahead on this journey, let us put focus and point them to this fiscal framework. It's a story that runs far deeper than the headlines of too much expenditure, too much debt, and too little economic growth.
This budget is tabled in the middle of a prolonged economic crisis, yet it offers no plan to address the crisis. There is no stimulus package, no bold intervention, no new direction.
Strengthening local government is a core pillar of the IFP's governance vision. We are encouraged that fiscal allocation are beginning to reflect this decentralization agenda, which must include improved municipal revenue collection, the professionalization of local administrations, and the enhanced delivery of basic services.
This budget has tested the GNU to the limit. Many coalition governments like Germany has fell apart because of budget differences. Our GNU is solid. Our government passed its first and hardest test.
If we don't take care of the expenditure and real cost-effective expenditure, we'll never get out of this fiscal crisis. That does mean every rand and every cent must be spent to the benefit of South Africa and each South African. I thank you.
When evaluating the fiscal framework, we must first ask, what does it do to create jobs? Because only sustained economic growth of at least 3 to 4% will lift South Africans out of unemployment. The painful truth is that we have not seen this growth above 1% for many years. Even now, Budget 3.0 projects an overly optimistic but still inadequate growth rate of 1.4%. As long as growth remains this low, the heartbreak of joblessness will persist.
Is it fair to give intergenerational debt of 6 trillion rand to the next generation, to the youth that are here? Are they holding us accountable? Where are those voices that are saying we do not accept that intergenerational debt of 1.2 billion rand per day just to service those debts? And it is crucial that the economic growth models are improved.
The worst part of it is the amount of money you are going to generate from fuel levy is minuscule. If you were to compare it with the impact that it's going to have on the economy, the knock-on effect, Secondly, is that the other issue is, if you are saying regressive, why are you increasing it if the impact is on the poor and you have no way of impacting that?
Rise Mzansi supports this report, but we need to get down to work and get our country out of the hole it has ended up in because of political neglect and inertia. I thank you.
I fear it is a missed opportunity for us to really speak about reform. Ultimately, here's my challenge, honorable members. The question we should be obsessed about is not just GDP growth or actually looking at debt. We should obsess about the rate of investment in this country.
We need to move to zero-based budgeting, not just adding the inflation figure, even to items departments no longer need. So this is a concern. Another concern is illicit financial flows.
You have to spare thought for the Minister of Finance. He's been asked to pull off a miracle with nothing. I don't think I could have done the job, and if we tell the truth, I don't think any of us could. When we speak of 1 trillion rand to be spent on infrastructure, I can't understand why we are not preempting and starting a Zondo commission in advance, because we know what this government is going to do. You're going to steal, and the poor will suffer. The NCC is not here today to deliver a lecture. It's to tell you the truth. This GNU has done nothing for this country but fall from one crisis to the next. The next crisis is around the corner.
This 2025 fiscal framework is not the people's budget. It's for the elite. A high increase in fuel levy, knowing very well that it will hit the working poor hardest. Taxi fare rise, food price spike, and every household feels the pressure. But still, no wealth tax, no land tax, no real action on multinational corporation profit or illicit financial flows.
This budget shows us what happens when politics trumps policy. While parties jockey for power, millions remain hungry, millions remain unemployed. So today's vote is not whether budget 3 or 2 is marginally better than the other. There's no going back.
Despite the various opinions shared during the debate, Godongwana says the size of the debt is not the important factor, but the capacity of the economy to service it. Abra Barbia, SABC News, Parliament.